Go.
Alright, I'm in settings menu. I'm not sure why. Let's get started. Alright, so 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so this is Penumbra Black Plague, even though on stream it just says Penumbra, but this is Black Plague, which is the second game of the tree. Not really important. But what is important is that it's made by the same guys who made Amnesia: The Dark Descent, and it's using the same engine, only an earlier version. So you can imagine that it's probably gonna be fairly broken. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take this barrel and move it just a tiny bit so we can just go right through that wall. Normally we're supposed to come into this room much later on. Well, not much, but maybe like 20 minutes casually. Instead we're just gonna do everything a bit out of order. Oh, and then there's some enemy over there. Not a big deal. We'll run into him later on. And just move this shelf just a bit so we can... Whoops. Am I stuck here? Thank you. So we can... Well, okay, let's move it just a tiny bit. There we go. There we go. The corner you create with the shelf has to be pretty precise so it clips you to the right direction, which is into this pipe. There's an alien. There's the alien again. In this room we're gonna grab this steel rod, and it's gonna help us survive some steam damage. And that was supposed to break, but the steel rod is too light, I guess. Alright, and obviously we're gonna just cover the leaking pipe like that. Oh, no problem. There we go. Hopefully I won't die to this jump. There we go. In this room I'm gonna be using some old strats because I haven't really practiced this run in a long time. It was a last minute addition to Marathon, and I think the old strat looks way cooler than the new one. And it's not that much slower, because the old one we used is a cereal box. We're just gonna, first we're gonna push it to the ground like that. There we go. It's underground. And then we're gonna follow it just like that by running into that corner. And now we're supposed to get to the other side of this thingy over here. And to do that we're gonna grab onto the cereal box and just fly by spamming jump. And there we are, into the low trigger. In this room there's supposed to be a really long dream sequence where you meet what is probably like a virus inside your head talking to you. But we just skip all that by jumping over that gap. So the virus who talks to you, you will run into him, or we will see him soon enough. And you may know the voice actor from classic movies such as 9/11 Commission Report and Death Racers. Highly recommended. This is Annabelle Swanson. See, she has something important to say. I hope you paid attention. And now we meet Clarence. The next section is on a timer. There's nothing I can do to speed it up. All I can do is set up some items for an upcoming skip. Yeah, I'm just gonna let him talk for this part. Very spoopy. Alright, now we'll just visit this room real quick to pick up this brick, which is going to be an important item in one of the skips coming up. We are going to push the brick under this door, like that, and then lift it up on the other side. And then we're gonna use this barrel to follow the brick, hopefully. This is kind of a difficult clip to do, so it may take a couple of tries. Oh, nice, first try. It's not that difficult. Alright, and in this room we're supposed to open that door over there by injecting ourselves with something, but the chair is much faster. And hello, head. The head is used for opening a door later on. Just grab it like that. And to get out, we just squeeze ourselves into this corner right here and jump. The way clipping works is just you find a small hole, squeeze yourself in there, and hopefully land in bounds when you jump. That's all there is to it, just find a tight spot and jump, and the game will clip you somewhere. That time I went out of bounds on the first one, but the second one is alright. And now the brick, because this door is still locked. So we're gonna have to use the brick to get out. And not opening that door saves several minutes. So we definitely want to be doing this. There we go. I believe that skip is one of the later ones that was discovered. And now we're gonna pick up a saw. Whoops. There we go. There's a clip to get out of this room, but it only saves a couple of seconds, and I figured I'd show the enemy finally. Really dangerous. And normally, if you play on hard or normal, you would need a gas mask to get through this room, but on easy you can just skip getting the gas mask, and that's also like a couple of minutes of time saved right there. And coming up is sort of a boss fight. As soon as I unlock this valve. Alright, we're gonna need this guy's hand. Oh, I missed it. That's a shame. You can get on top of this electrical box, and if you jump while you're up there, you can see out of bounds. But yeah, we didn't get the hand because the corpse fell, but instead we have a worm right here. Very tricky boss fight. And there's the hand, conveniently enough. Nope. And let's get out of here. And had I not unlocked the valve bit previously, I couldn't spin this valve, and I couldn't exit the door, even though the gas does nothing to me. Now it's supposedly gone, but yeah. Doesn't exactly look like it. And yeah, Clarence is kind of fucking with your head, so there is supposed to be a door here, it's always been here. But he makes it disappear until you walk around for a bit. There we go. That section is actually skippable by doing a precise clip through the triggers. This is a really short area. The main story of the game is that you came to look for your father. There he is. Hello. That's the last you'll see of him. Now you can forget he even exists. And much like previously with the cereal box, we're supposed to get up there, and we're gonna use this box to do it. Just gonna grab onto it and start spamming jump. And Dr. Swanson has something to say again. We don't really care anymore. And now we're outside. And the outside actually looks decent. If you have some graphical settings turned off, the outdoor sections look really wonky. Apparently on this computer everything's fine. I didn't really mess around with the settings. Oh, we're supposed to extend some bridge here, but I'm not even sure how it's done. Flying is just way too easy. And then we gotta get inside this building by blowing up this barrel to get rid of the snow, because that is so much snow, you can't deal with it in any other way.
Got time for a couple donations?
Yeah, go for it.
We got $2 donation from Yisrael. Greetings from Aalborg, Denmark. Let's reach 25k before ESA ends. We can do it. That's like double what we have now, but it would be really awesome. Then we got a $5 donation from Anonymous, sadly without a message. Then we got $1 donation from Suicide Machine UC. First they took a chair. ... Thanks for donations, guys.
Alright. That box is just a setup for a later skip, and there's another enemy who's really dangerous. He might be more dangerous if he was able to run as fast as I can. And now it's the chemical lab, which is probably the most difficult room in the game. Because of one clip that doesn't let go well most of the time. Let's see how it goes. I'm gonna try it from this side because it saves a bit more time, even though it's a bit riskier. This may take a few tries. This skip, once I get it, it skips several areas. Alright, not first try. Because opening that door requires you to first go to the kennel to pick up a key card, and then you need to go to some office to unlock the door, and only then you can come back here. And by skipping all that, we also skip every meeting Dr. Swanson. And the people who play this game probably realize that this is actually a good ending, because we never meet her. Alright, let's do that clip instead. So, hello enemy. Mind if I pull the switch? There we go. This area doesn't make much sense. You just have to pull some switches to open doors. And the layout is very nonsensical compared to the rest of the game, which is quite logically designed. Let's see. There we go. That's a very small skip that just skips having to hit some switches, because I never hit the trigger that makes the door lock, so I could just skip unlocking it. And I'm not sure what this thing is, but I need to play this minigame for some reason. There we go. I'm sure this has something to do with the virus inside your head, but it's been too long since I've paid any attention to the plot. All I know is that Clarence is a great character. Alright. And then just open the door. And for some reason everything's collapsing. And coming up... well, actually, never mind. There is one more section that I almost forgot. Because we want to get Clarence out of our head. Also, there's an enemy. He's normally not there. That's odd. Well, hello AI. Took a while for him to realize I'm here. Which is quite normal for him. The camera keeps moving on its own here, so setting up for this clip is pretty difficult, and I may not even get it. Yeah, apparently not. It's not a big deal, it only skips like going around from here. It's a really minor thing. I'm supposed to get to that door, but the game teleports me back to this section once I get too close. Actually, I was going the wrong way, because usually I go for the clip. Let's do it again. Because now the enemy is not here. There we go. That works too. Still saved probably a couple of seconds by doing the clip. Alright, and now we pick up some things. There's be a total of 6 of these chemicals. Come on. Please? Thank you. And there's a dead alien virus dude who is soon gonna wake up. We're not actually gonna see him because he wakes up too slowly. But Clarence is gonna take over his body. And now the Clarence is in him. And now there's a really long section during which nothing happens, except that the story takes a really strange twist, which I'm not a huge fan of personally. And there's nothing I can do to speed up anything in the next couple of minutes. It's like 2 or 3 minutes of basically cutscene. So if there's any donations or anyone wants to talk about
Sorry.
anything, this is the perfect time.
No donations.
Alright. I can just mess around in the room that I get teleported in a second. But yeah, right now the virus people are... They do something stupid. I prefer to ignore this part of the storyline and just pretend it doesn't isn't a part of the game. Luckily, gameplay-wise, there's not much left. But yeah, this is...
Suddenly Half-Life.
Yes, certainly Half-Life, basically. Yeah, there's nothing you can do here except listen to them. You can try to jump off if you feel like it, but you just get teleported back up here. Or you can mess around in these corners and do this. That's like most you can do in this room, just clip around for fun. Or you can climb on top of those things. Let's see. Or maybe you can't. I'm just bad. At least clipping is very easy. But yeah, there's gonna be 3 tests that the virus people are gonna make me do, because they are so highly advanced race of beings. The tests themselves don't take very long at all. Most of the time it's just them wasting my time by explaining how to be a good person. There we go. And that looks great, I know. And here's the first test. I'm supposed to help another prisoner to escape by giving him a crowbar, and then he frees me with the crowbar. But hopefully that's not gonna be the case. I'm just gonna take this brick, give him the crowbar, jump on the brick, and whoop. Let's try that again. The brick went out of bounds. I was supposed to jump over the wall with the brick. Yeah, the ground is not very solid. Whenever you're trying to jump on a small item, it's quite easy to push them through.
We got a $5 donation from Anonymous. Shoutouts to Bobas, my man.
Alright, and here's the second test, in which I'm not quite sure what we're supposed to do. I think there's an enemy in here who is supposed to open a door for us. But instead we can just jump on this switch, which is quite difficult sometimes. There we go, get on this wall, and there's the alien. Hello. And just stay on this wall and jump to the exit. And one more test left. In that one, I believe you're supposed to kill yourself and then gain control of another character. But that is completely unnecessary because the developers were nice enough to put a concrete block just the right distance away from a wall. So I'm just gonna squeeze myself between the wall and the concrete block and jump. Let's see. There it is. There's the block. And jump. There we go. And the exit is somewhere in that room, but the trigger extends outside the room as well. Which is really nice because I don't think there would be a way to actually get into the room. And now we're done with the tests, so the virus decides to explain everything about the universe. And luckily we can skip most of the explanation and pretend it doesn't exist just by clipping through a wall. This is actually one of the more difficult clips in the game, and it's the very last one. We're gonna have to use this shelf, and it's really easy for it to fall. Okay, let's see. I need to get through this wall. Normally I would have to go through that door and then another door and yet another door, and every time he will talk for like 30 seconds. Hopefully we can just go straight to the last room. Whoop. Am I there? Oh, I'm there. Alright. Then I just have to get close to the door before I touch the computer, otherwise the game soft locks. There we go. And now I touch a bunch of things in the room. And the time is coming up real soon. Okay, touch the door, touch the document, and then when I touch the computer, it's time. Nice. Well done, Niku. Oh well, time. It's not really important the time anyway, because this game uses in-game time, and I used quick saves in a couple of spots, which makes the in-game time inaccurate. 1921, yeah, in reality that would definitely be 20 plus minutes. But yeah, that's Penumbra Black Plague. Probably the best game in the series, especially for a speedrun. Would recommend. And I believe that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and next up is T-Dog and Silent Hill 3, so watch that.
Hey guys, welcome back.